What's up, everyone? Welcome to Travel TLDR, which stands for Too Long Didn't Read. So instead of trying to read all the travel news and keep up with the credit card updates, you can simply watch our weekly show where we cover the key updates each and every week. So make sure you get this in your feed, turn on notifications so you know when we drop the latest episode. This week, we'll talk about the United Airlines emergency landing in Denver, Colorado, Marriott's updates for on-site COVID-19 testing, and this new trend called Bleisure, as well as we talk a little bit about credit card travel insurances and one of the biggest sign-up bonuses we've ever seen for the American Express Gold Card. I'm in Breckenridge, Colorado, and this is episode 3 of Travel TLDR for the week of February 28th, 2021. Instead of filming this here, I thought we'd go hit the slopes, have more fun with it. Let's go. Okay, so first up, you probably heard about United Flight 328, scheduled to go from Denver, Colorado, right over that way, to Honolulu, Hawaii, where unfortunately right after takeoff it suffered a critical failure where an engine actually caught fire due to one of the fan blades in the engine actually breaking, and then scattered debris across some suburban areas across Colorado. And the good thing is that no one was hurt, the plane landed safely, and they were able to reaccommodate all those passengers. So actually this exact subfleet would be the 777-200s with the Pratt & Whitney engine type. So those planes are currently being grounded, and they're going to undergo more inspections before they operate again. Boeing and most of the airlines have grounded these flights, so you don't have to worry about any issues there. Overall, I just had to cover that in this week's Travel TLDR because that's a pretty big headline. All right, next update coming to you after getting a couple laps in. Do people like moguls? I hate moguls. Look at this. That's not even fun for skiers, I don't think. Comment down below if you ski or snowboard, because I'm very curious to know if most of you are skiers or snowboarders. All right, time to go get some turns in. Just if I can't hear me through this thing, it's so much insulation. Ugh. Okay, next up it comes from an article I read in the Wall Street Journal, which is around Marriott's plan to go all in on what they're calling Bleisure, which is business and leisure mixed. You see, one of the main driving factors for hotels was business travel. That would actually help subsidize a lot of the hotels. The problem is that now we're not sure when the pandemic is over whether or not business travel will come back or not. And right now with the whole remote work environment, there's actually a growing number of people who are willing to go to a hotel or a place a few days early, do some work from home, and then enjoy their vacation. And actually, my wife and I did this last fall when we went to the West Hollywood Edition. You know, a lot of times normally you'd have to check out between 11 and 12 if you don't have any status. Sometimes it's later. If you're a Marriott, Bonvoy, Elite, Platinum, or Titanium, or Ambassador, you'd actually get a 4 p.m. checkout. So you see, the thing is that it's hard when you're trying to go someplace and work remotely. It's hard to leave and drive somewhere else. You can't go to a coffee shop even. So what this Bleisure program is about, this way you can book a night at a Marriott hotel, and it's like a guaranteed late checkout in the sense of you have all day to work remotely, finish your meetings, then head on out or whatever. I'm curious to see if they expand this to be like you can check in early, before your meetings, have the hotel room longer. But overall, that's the general trend. Also heading back to Peak 8, this is where the house is. I was overriding a Falcon chair, just Peak 10, all blacks and double blacks, really steep stuff. Okay, so next up for today's update is Marriott's actually leaning into the new industry trend that Hyatt kicked off a little while ago, which is to provide on-site COVID-19 testing at the resorts. So Marriott announced plans this past week that they're going to start rolling out complimentary COVID-19 testing at the resorts in Mexico and the Caribbean. And honestly, this makes a lot of sense, and I think this is going to become a new amenity that people are looking for. You see, the other feature that Marriott announced is that if you were to test positive at one of their resorts in Mexico or the Caribbean, they would give you a 50% off rate, so you can afford to be there in quarantine until you're clear to return home to the United States or wherever your home country is. But overall, I think this is a great trend, and I hope that we see Marriott provide COVID-19 testing as well as discounted rates at all their resorts worldwide. I really think that would help stimulate travel, and at least it would make me be interested in taking some more bucket list type trips. Okay, I'm at about 11,000 feet elevation, so I sound out of breath. That's why. So speaking about traveling these days, another thing I want to mention is trip delay insurance and trip cancellation insurances. A lot of credit cards come with both of these kind of protections, and they can really save you a lot of money. Last fall, we actually flew out into Vail, and unfortunately there was some severe weather that caused some delays, and it's a very long story. We actually have a whole video I need to edit. But basically what happened is, because of the weather, our flight left SFO late, connecting in Dallas, and then we got stuck in Dallas overnight, and we had to cover the hotel expense and the Ubers and the food and all that. But it turned out that actually with the Platinum Card from American Express and the Chase Sapphire Reserve, they both had trip delay insurance, which covers up to $500 in delay expenses in case your trip becomes delayed by a covered eligible cause. There's a lot of fine print, but basically for most situations, if you're flying or with what's called a common carrier like an airline, if it's caused by something that's covered, you can get reimbursed for your expenses. So in our case, we had the hotel and our food and our entire little adventurous detour covered. Now, the other thing that happened coming on this actual trip out here in February 2021, we actually had a trip cancellation occur, which we're in the process of filing right now and seeing how that plays out. We're again going to be testing the Platinum Card versus the Chase Sapphire Reserve and seeing which one is better and has better insurance. But both of them are really nice to have, and it's really important and a great reminder as to why you should always make sure you're putting your travel expenses on a credit card that has one of these coverages. In addition to the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Platinum Card, the American Express Gold Card also has some trip protections such as AAA insurance, trip cancellation insurance. So that brings me to my next point. The American Express Gold Card is back in rose gold, and it has one of the biggest sign-up bonuses we've ever seen. Anywhere from 60,000 to 75,000 membership reward points as a sign-up bonus. Plus, this card earns 4x on food and dining as well as on groceries. It's a powerhouse at groceries. If you eat, this is a card to have. And the other thing about this card that's really nice is while the annual fee is $250, there's $120 a year in dining credits and $120 a year in Uber credits, which is new for this card, making the net annual fee only $10. It's a $10 net annual fee card with a sign-up bonus that's worth between 60 and 75,000 membership reward points. And you can use the card match tool on our website, thepointspassport.com, to click the link for the card match tool and see if you can get that 75,000 MR offer, because at 75,000 MRs, it's worth about $1,500 in travel. And if you need help redeeming that or maximizing it, always feel free to DM us at PointsPassport on Instagram or email us at hello@thepointspassport.com. All right, time to get one more run in for the sun sets. Thank you so much for watching episode 3 of Travel TLDR. I hope you had as much fun watching as I had making it in the slopes. There's a little bit more of a challenge with ski lifts and some of the noise but it made it fun. So please give me your feedback. We'd love to know what you want us to cover. We kind of sit through the top headlines to figure out what we think you want and what are the most important things and the key things to be aware of. But if you want, please feel free to comment down below or DM us at PointsPassport on Instagram. Let us know what you'd like to see us do differently, how we can do this better, how we can bring more value for you each and every week. So that's it. I'm gonna go relax here and enjoy the beautiful weather in Breckenridge, Colorado. See you next time.